and let us all do we can to build a better future. You see, unfortunately, folks, unfortunately, there are many people who are stuck in this mindset that Biden and Kamala are strong Democrats. They're living in their own reality, in their own little bubble. But see, here's the real truth of it. After 2020, when the dust was finally settled, Biden and Kamala didn't have this massive victory. They won by the skin of their teeth. And popular vote doesn't mean anything. The Electoral College is what supersedes everything. And as the months and years went on, we all saw firsthand, well, really just how weak and pathetic the Biden-Harris administration truly is. Nothing fundamentally changed. It got progressively worse. The kids are still in cages. The border is unchecked. Inflation is at an all-time high. Gas prices all-time high. Food prices all-time high. No student debt forgiveness. No Medicare for all. No investment into our infrastructure. Homelessness is on the rise. Small businesses being shut down. Gentrification running amok. Politicians uncaring, especially when natural disasters and man-made disasters impact communities. But hey, we got time to bail out banks, corporations, Wall Street, and have money for needless, pointless wars, like the needless, pointless, and stupid war in Ukraine. That's right. I don't care about Ukraine. I don't care. I just don't care. Fight harder and make me care, but otherwise I don't care. I don't care. That counteroffense is stupid. Everything about it's stupid. And now there's some rumbling going on because we all see the dementia that Joe Biden has. We see that his approval numbers are in the toilet and Kamala's are even lower. And so something happens on CNN. Maybe CNN is watching Hard Lens Media. Maybe Caitlin Collins is realizing, guys, I got a secret plan. Let's watch independent media and kind of act like them. Because after all, CNN, they're not journalists. They're talent. Because apparently CNN did a segment. Off the record, Democrat operatives and donors tell potential Biden replacements to get ready as Biden and Kamala, shock, surprise, don't look like viable candidates for 2024. What? I know. Shout out to Case Study QB. Let's check it out, folks. My lovelies, my mornings, my sunshines. And enjoy this video. And it's from CNN of all places. How could this possibly happen?
The president has announced his reelection. He's raising money and he's opened a campaign headquarters in Wilmington. Still, the questions persist as to whether he's really in it. Even among Democrats, almost all are spoken off the record. As CNN's Edward Isaac Dove
off the record is like they're kind of scared because they'll know they get something stuck up their wazoo.
Recently reported the conversations keep happening. Quiet whispers on the sidelines of events, texts, emails, furtive phone calls, as top Democrats and donors reach out to those seen as possible replacement presidential candidates. Get ready, they urge. In conversations that aides to several of the people involved have described to CNN, despite what he has said, despite the campaign that he's announced, President Joe Biden won't actually be running for re-election. They feel like time is already
did you hear that? In case you missed it.
Running out to CNN, despite what he has said, despite the campaign that he's announced, President Joe Biden won't actually be running for re-election. They feel like time is already running out and that the lack of a more robust campaign activity that they want to see is a sign that his heart really isn't in it.
Again, look, Joe Biden's an old man. He exhibits the signs of dementia and Alzheimer's. If he's getting it now or he has it already, I mean, look at how slow he moves. Look at how out of touch he is. Look at how confused he is. The man is not fit for the highest office in the land. And the only reason why he got into office is because so many brain dead liberals and social justice warriors started bullying people and crying and urinating on themselves because, the orange boogeyman's in the White House? Yeah, but now we got a guy who just craps his pants in the White House. Meanwhile, all you liberals and SJWs are at brunch. Hey, I remember when all you protesters used to say, we'd be on the streets 24/7 if Roe v. Wade is taken away under Trump. Yeah, I don't see you punks out there. All those activist groups, Black Lives Matter, Me Too, Time's Up, the Sunrise Movement, all these groups, Justice Democrats, Brand New Congress, Our Revolution, all of you, you had a very good grift going on. but you're nowhere to be seen. And what do all these groups, these activist groups, all say? We got to vote Democrat. Why? Turns out Biden didn't really do anything. It just made you feel better, and you all went right back to sleep. Hey, activists and SJWs, you're gonna go south to the border? Now, again, this isn't me just because I know I've been told, like, oh, Kit, you're sounding right wing. No, I want consistency. If you're going to be protesting and calling out Trump for his behavior, can you do the same for the Democrats? AOC, you're going to go south to the border and do a photo op crying, shaking a cage? No, probably not. Probably not. Everyone's at brunch right now, and everyone's now triggered by Trump. I don't care about Trump running in 2024, and I don't care if he gets reelected.
Part of the problem is that his vice president is not a ready-made solution. Kamala Harris is standing as...
It's Kamala. What? Hold on, folks. I hope you're sitting down, because the next video that's going to play is shocking. I actually had to replay it twice. I almost was thinking about private messaging case study QB. Is like, is this real? Because they're going to be talking about Kamala, and it's going to upset a K-Hive, because K-Hive is going to be upset. You don't tell Kamala Harris that she's not ready.
Is worse than Biden's. Her approval is at about 40%. She was tasked with responsibility for voting rights and dealing with the origin of border security issues, but has little to show for either. And many Democratic polls have not forgotten that she left the 2020 nomination race before a single vote was cast, having distinguished herself only with an attempted takedown of Biden over busing.
Oh, over busing. Remember that? But then she went on to say, it's a debate. It's a debate. It's a debate. That's what she said. But hold on, folks. It gets better, because listen to this. Shout out again to Case Study QB.
If he decides not to run, he'll want to leave his party in the hands of whoever has the best chance to beat Trump, should Trump be the 2024 GOP nominee. But is that Harris? And should she have to prove it? Gavin Newsom seems to be doing what's necessary to keep his prospects alive, going so far as to agree to debate Ron DeSantis. We'll see if that really comes to pass. Surely he'd not be the only other Democrat besides RFK Jr. and Marianne Williamson who'd compete for the nomination. The longer Joe Biden is an announced candidate, the better it is for Kamala Harris that any change of heart comes late. That way, the potential field is frozen, and she's better placed to be a quick stand-in. If Biden wants to foster competition, he'll have to remain neutral with Harris in 2024, as Obama was with him in 2020, and he'll need to stand down with enough time for others to raise money and get on primary and caucus ballots.
Let's have democracy in the chat. It's going to be a little bit controversial, but type 1, if you think that, hey, this does look like a possibility that Biden could step aside and the Democrats are going to have then a robust primary. Type 2, no. The Democrats are stupid, Kit, or either that they're just going to hedge their bets and hope that Biden and Kamala can still push forward, and Biden and Kamala are going to be the nominee. Nothing else is going to happen. This is all speculation. I like to hear your thoughts.
That clock is ticking. Amazingly, the first state filing deadline for primary candidates is October 16, just 6 weeks away, and it's Nevada, a key state that Biden won by fewer than 34,000 votes, a couple of percentage points, and Hillary Clinton won in 2016 by only 27,000. Another swing state, Michigan, has a December 8 deadline. As of today, many states have yet to finalize their filing deadlines, including the 3 early states of South Carolina, Iowa, and New Hampshire.
Now, again, right off the bat, that Marianne Williamson isn't going to be on any of those states. I had to be petty and throw Marianne Williamson under the train. I had to.
But by year's end, at least 13 more will have locked in their candidate slates, including 10 with primaries on Super Tuesday, which is March the 5th. So unless RFK Jr. suddenly surges, that doesn't leave a lot of room for a new candidate to launch a campaign, assemble a team.
So what's being highlighted here unofficially is the people who run the DNC are trying to tell each other quietly, hey, guys, look, we might be taking a risk going in on Biden, but we need to take into consideration that he sucks and Kamala is not everyone's favorite. politician because, again, she got a whopping 0 delegates. The only reason why K-Hive she's relevant is because it was a pity vote. It was a pity support for Kamala. 0 delegates before the first primary even took place. Her campaign went belly up. She was supposed to be the Obama 2.0, and she failed miserably. Miserably. I remember when she made her announcement on Martin Luther King Day in 2019. Then it ended with a fizzle. No, better yet, it ended with a fart in the wind. That's what happened to Kamala's campaign. Gone. Just like that. And of course, Tulsi Gabbard synced her campaign. And yes, this is the truth. Not once, but twice, Tulsi Gabbard smacked Kamala. So that's what happened, and Kamala dropped out. And, oh, hey, who lasted longer in the primary, Tulsi or Kamala? It was Tulsi. In the end of the day, she was the last woman candidate, too. People don't talk about that. So this is being highlighted right now where they are showing concern because they're afraid. Because now liberals, people are aware of just how pathetic the Democrats are.
And make a real run for it. What the calendar makes clear is that time is running out for a Biden alternative other than Kamala Harris. So as Donald Trump tries to figure out how he can be in 2 places, a courtroom and a campaign trail, President Biden needs to make sure he's in this. Come hell or high water.
Oh, come hell or high water. Well, that's why we have you here, CNN. That's what, man, I will laugh my ass off if CNN's deal with Max and Warner Brothers, like when they start streaming again, and like it just sinks even further. People don't even tune in. Or either that HBO Max like takes a hit because they have this pathetic CNN show. We did coverage on this. CNN is losing money, and they might actually cut their ties with cable business. If that happens, oh my God, I did not have this on my bingo card, but the end of CNN, I'll have to cook myself a delicious meal just to watch people leaving CNN with their property, like leaving it as it gets boarded up for good. That would be funny. But hey, you want to know what else is pretty funny? Let's go back in time. Let's time travel, because Kamala again is a failure of a candidate. Let's go back in time.
Took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across.
And this right here is where Kamala gets it right up the ass. Okay? Tulsi just smacks her around. And see right there? Kamala realizes, because, hey, remember, Kamala used to be a prosecutor, attorney general, state of California. She did a terrible job. Terrible job. And after all, looking at the state of California right now, I mean, it's because no wonder. Look what Kamala left behind, especially as being a U.S. senator.
Across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Ah, this is delicious. This is like a delicious entree. We served us a delicious glass of red wine, some good whiskey, and hell, dare I say, you could smoke a bowl alongside it too.
She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
She's speechless. She's like, oh my God, facts and information. Hey, Democrats, you do realize that this person does not have what it takes to be president of the United States. I'm sorry. No, actually, I'm not sorry. But Kamala doesn't have what it takes. 0 delegates. Couldn't even do her job with the border. Couldn't do her job for anything. She's a terrible vice president. What makes you think she'll be a great president? What? Because she's a woman? Come on now. Grow up, K-Hive. Grow up. And yes, I am being mean because it's funny.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people.
Yep, and made it worse.
Became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why.
Badly in need of reform. Reforming a system that's badly in need of reform. Again, this is how we knew that she does nothing but word salads.
We created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
Yeah, but you laughed about it. You put people in jail, you sick, twisted monster. Again, why do you think that CNN clip, those two clips I played, are so important? Because Democrats know that Kamala and Biden are not popular amongst voters, especially Kamala. Biden has a higher approval rating than Kamala. That's how bad she is. And yes, I am being mean because it's funny. I like seeing liberals cry because it's funny.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. You're responsible.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
That's right. Ow! What a harsh slap. That was fun to time travel. But again, hey, look, here's a recent article from RT just to trigger the vote blue no matter who people. Most American voters think Biden is too old. The overwhelming majority of American voters say they believe U.S. President Joe Biden is too old to run for re-election in 2024. They have criticized his handling of the economy and foreign policy issues, according to a new Wall Street Journal poll. The survey, which questioned 1,500 registered voters last month, found that 60% do not believe the 80-year-old leader is mentally up for the job, and 70% believe he is too old for the position. While 42% of respondents say they approve of how Biden is handling the job, 57% say they are not satisfied with his performance, specifically 52% on how he is handling the Ukraine conflict, and 55% are opposed to how he is dealing with China. Additionally, roughly two-thirds of response, between 58 and 63%, are also dissatisfied with Biden's handling of the economy, securing the border, curbing inflation, and rising costs, and the growing middle class. 47% say he's also failing to improve infrastructure, create jobs, bring back manufacturing jobs to America, and handle Social Security and Medicare. Again, all this stuff, but here he is, Biden, eating that ice cream, because that's all he's good for. That's all what Biden is good for. So how do we end this segment? How do we talk about a segment as, well, funny and hilarious as Biden and Kamala losing? Well, a lot of liberals and SJWs and diehard Democrat voters need to come to terms. The Democratic Party is a private institution. And those two CNN clips, what it is they're broadcasting to each other, hey, Biden and Kamala are not popular. We might have to reconsider this because we tried humiliating Trump with the mugshot photo, and he's still in a whopping lead over his challengers. Even combined, all the Republican primary challengers still cannot catch up to Trump. And Biden doesn't have what it takes. They have to come to that conclusion. They have to come to that conclusion. All of you liberal voters have to come to that conclusion. But I say, hey, consider voting independent. Join us in the third party movement. The Democratic Party doesn't have a place for you. It's a private institution. They get to pick who the nominee is, not you. The Republican primary is even more democratic than the Democratic primary. Come to that conclusion. But obviously, if Kamala was in the room, she'd tell you this: to not come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Yes!
Join us. Join the silent majority, the 50%. Consider voting independent and third party. And let's have some fun in 2024 because there's going to be a lot of brain dead and shocked liberals who are going to be crying. Do you want to be part of that group crying, or do you want to be part of the group laughing? The choice is yours. Choose correctly.